I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night. And now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic, ooh. Can you imagine, ooh. And I feel the magic. It's all around us. And I feel the
Hello. How are you tonight? How was Christmas for you? What did you get up to? Are you still recovering? Are you looking forward to the end of this year? We've got lots of things to talk about tonight in regards to this year and you. So welcome to Soul and Beyond. I'm Gwenda, your host, mystic, healer, yes, healer, spiritual guide, spiritual teacher, messenger between heaven and earth, visionary, behind the veil, master personal trainer. I don't know, it could take a while to go through all those bits and pieces that they call titles. But anyway, those first ones are really my greatest love. Really, being a master PT is a really big love of mine too. I've got lots of loves. What about you? Have you got lots of loves? And where did you take your love for Christmas? I'm glad to be able to be here tonight and to say that my face is back to normal because it's been out here after having some teeth removed, and that wasn't really the way that I was planning for Christmas to be. But here we are on the other side of it, and I'm really pleased to be able to be here with you tonight for our final Soul and Beyond for 2025. Or will it be the final one? What do you think? Should we come back next year? Should bring Soul and Beyond back in 2026? Or do we say, hurrah, thanks very much tonight? I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you. Put you in the hot seat and see what you think about coming back for some more next year. We are not in the new year yet. And yet, at Christmas, what do we inevitably write in cards? I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. My goodness, we're in a hurry to move things along when we haven't even gone into Christmas quite often. When you send those cards out, when you're talking to people. What is that about? What is that about? just rushing things along. Let's see who's with me so I can say, oh, Kat Gray, you were quick off the mark. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Tanya Atkins, good evening, 4466. Kat, you had a quiet Christmas with your assistant dog, Bundy. Great name. Great name. Oh, that's nice, Tanya. That is very nice. Gary Foster, hi. Yes, I am feeling much better. And I would say that's probably my beautiful Michelle in disguise. I feel much better. Thank you very much. Hello, Arthur. Hi, welcome. Yeah, I just saw Michelle. I guessed it was you. Okay, well, I tell you what, this is what we'll just delete you. And I'm just, see, this is why we do things the way we do them. Come back for some more Soul and Beyond. Well, there you go. There's a first for a vote for Soul and Beyond to come back next year. Now then. Well, thank you. Awu, Crazy Muff. Hey. Okay, so we might have some interesting people on tonight. Yeah, well done, Tanya. Well done, because we haven't got there, and yet we spend so much time projecting into a space that we haven't got to yet. So tonight, let's see. We're doing a call for those of you standing at the threshold, bridging heaven and earth. So when you think about heaven, what does that bring to mind? Because most often we've been taught that heaven is somewhere that we go when we've finished here, when we're finished in this third dimension, in this physical existence. And yes, it is, most definitely. However, in the Lord's Prayer, thank you, Emily, and welcome. In the Lord's Prayer, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So for you, what is heaven? And when I'm saying to you that tonight, it's a call out for those of you who are standing on the threshold, and we're looking at bridging heaven and earth, I'm going to ask you to take your mind out of that equation, because you may feel now that there is a lot of noise in the world and that this year has been particularly difficult. The word challenging has been used by a lot of people this year. And also my heart goes out to people that lost loved ones, lost dear friends, that have left this world and gone to the nether regions of the heavens, and those who will depart tonight. My love and grace of God, I pray, be with them who are leaving tonight and who will leave tomorrow and tomorrow night, which, brings the end of this year to a very sad close for everyone that is left behind, who remains here on the earth. But one thing we have to remember is we all have that final curtain. Every single one of us has that final curtain, no matter what our age. So as we approach the closing of a year, it's a really important time to have a look and see if you're standing on the threshold. And what do I mean by that? I mean, have you teetered on the edge of letting go of lack, letting go of fear, letting go of habits, sadness, resentment, only to find that you're back in same old ways, or having those things kind of put in your face big time? Because this year of the snake in the Chinese tradition, where the snake sheds its skin, where it sheds the old. Humans have a hard time with that, have a hard time with shedding things that really don't serve them and are not of their highest good. Anyone want to put their hand up to that? So you may feel now a stirring, a restlessness, a knowing that the way that you've been living no longer really fits you in who you are becoming. And this is not confusion. This is an initiation to living a soul-led life. Now, I know that some of you with me have been working on that path. You have been dipping toes in, getting up to your ankles, getting up to your neck sometimes. And congratulations to you. Congratulations to you for staying the path throughout the year, no matter what detours, no matter what has come your way, you've stayed the path. You might have parked up for a little while, and that's absolutely fine. So when it comes to bridging heaven and earth, it's not a talk to listen to. It's actually a crossing. It's a way of, in every moment, choosing to consciously step into your role as a living conduit between the divine and the everyday. Now, the conversations I've heard in the last couple of months, the everyday is what captures the attention, especially when I'm talking to women going through a change of life, when I'm talking to parents with young children. But you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say it as it is. And the reason that these parents are struggling is because they allow the children to have the run of the house. There are no boundaries. The children give the boundaries to the parents instead of the other way around. So it's little wonder that the parents are struggling. And there is a comment here from Sammy Sam about awakening. So when you are looking at living as the conduit between the divine and the everyday, it's awakening to yourself that you really need to participate in. So as you're drawing towards the end of this year, what are some of the things that have set you back? Or are you new? Are you new to going, you know, there's got to be something better and I want better for next year? So before we get to that tipping point of stepping into a new year, what are you going to determine that you're done with this year? I've got 2 questions for you tonight, and we're going to delve into these for you if you're one of the people who registered. What would you like to have more of in your life? And the second question, what would you like to have less of in your life? So simple, straight up words. What would you like to have more of in your life? And the second question, what would you like to have less of in your life? Because as we come to this point of you being able to bridge between heaven and earth, we need to have really good clarity on what it is that you would like to have more of and what you would like to have less of. Because I can tell you that the year of the horse, which is what 2026 is, you don't want that horse to get away. And you certainly don't want to straggle into 2026 still shedding that skin of 2025. You know, heaven's not only a place where we go when we're done in this physical world. Heaven is right here. It's right here in everywhere, every place that you look. It's up to you to see it. And that comes down to how we want to view our day. So when we're looking at our everyday, have we really embraced the day for the moments that bring us joy, or have we embraced the day for everything we want to complain about and everyone we want to complain about? Now, when I go out into the public arena or I'm at the shops, I generally ignore what's going on around me because it doesn't fit. Always do I carry divine light. So when someone gets in my way, I can shift them with that divine light. Well, I've got to tell you that today I went off to get a new yoga brick, a yoga block. And I don't know where this person came from, but my goodness me, I was almost ready to put a little jolt in my bubble of divine light to move them out of the way, because it was really interesting. Every step I took, every which way I went, so did that person, until I said, enough. And then it was like they disappeared. So, some days it takes a little bit in this physical world to really harness yourself in. So when you are looking at leaving the skin behind from this year, have a look at the moments that you want to embrace and what is it they brought to your heart. And as for all the other moments, put them in the bin, shed them, leave them, burn them, bury them, anything that means they're gone. And when you do that, so if you do a burning ceremony, a burying ceremony, then it means it's finished. Whereas what I find with a lot of people is they will continue talking about it, talking about whatever it is that was in their burning ceremony or their burying. Well, then there's no shedding that's gone on. And then they wonder why things just keep getting worse and worse or repeating. So let me have a look. Sammy would like more of God, less of me. Oh, that's rather beautiful, Sammy. More of God, less of me. But, that's really interesting that Sammy's written more of God, less of me, because this bridging heaven and earth means that you step into more of the God aspect that is you here on earth. And by doing that, you have more of God, less of the me that is what you've been conditioned to think of as yourself. And Laura, hello, Laura, less drama. Oh boy, yes, that's one that's a little bit on the popularity list, Laura. So a simple straight up way for having less drama in your life is to really have a look at what you're drawing to yourself. And is the drama something that is yours or is it someone else's? And if it's someone else's, step away. If it's yours, then you really need to take 10 minutes a day to have a look and see where you're generating that drama from. The other thing to use when you feel that there's too much drama in your life is to work with the word peace. The other word is compassion, but it's compassion for yourself first, then compassion to others. And that certainly changes the drama. Lisa, hello and welcome. Cat Gray, like more peace on earth, less violence and stress. Yeah, see, interesting, Kat, that you bring those things up, because it's said that if we are looking through the eyes of God, we see the divine in everything and everyone, and we are all interconnected. So when we feel like there needs to be more peace on earth, there needs to be less violence and stress, then the question is, whose eyes are we looking at the world through? Where are we putting our attention? What is it that's drawing us to see more of that than anything else? We live in a suburb of Perth that some people would say is, oh, you'd probably want to be careful. Well, really? Our young nephew's been here doing some work for us. And when they were leaving today, I said, wow, look at that. You left your car running out on the verge, not in our driveway, and windows down, car running. No problem. We put things out on the verge for free for people to take, furniture and all sorts. And you know what? It sits there until someone comes and knocks on our door and asks, hey, do you mind? Can I take that chair, or can I take, whatever it is that's there? And why is that? A man around the corner said to me once when he saw me walking, hey, you're that lady put stuff out on the on your veranda, on your curb there, isn't it? He was like, oh. And I said, around the corner there, yeah, that's me. And he goes, you're really lucky you're doing stuff like that. Nothing happens. And I said, well, nothing happens. And he said, yeah, you're lucky it doesn't get thrown into your house or into your car. And I said, oh, no. And I said, why do you say I'm lucky? And he said, because that's what happens in this neighborhood. And I said, well, we've been here a long time. It doesn't work that way in our house. So it really is the sort of things that you say, the sort of things that you project, and very much the conversations and what you read and what you watch. Do you shield your home? I do. Do you shield yourself? I do. Do you pray every day? And I don't mean beg. Praying is not begging. Fix this. God, fix this. God, I haven't got enough of that. God, do this for me. That's not praying. And do you really look at the way that you live, the kind of environment that you work in? Are you working in an environment that is stressful, where other people are on a very low vibration, that maybe they live in fear, maybe they live in fret, and they live in lack? These are all the things to consider when you're looking at wanting to have more peace, more calm in your life, and more peace on earth. That too, it's too bigger abstract wish. Begin with yourself and begin with your own interactions, and then let it ripple out. Tanya liked to be around more like-minded people and not the negative and the drama. Pull them in, Tanya. I think what I was just explaining then would probably help in all of that. Oh, thank you, Sammy. That's very kind of you. Do I see things in numbers? When I'm showing them, and sometimes some angels will appear with numbers, but for a particular reason for that person. Lorraine Watson, hello and welcome. Just less chaos. Same thing, Lisa. Chaos, it all belongs to exactly what I was talking about with how we live, what we read, what we watch, what our conversations are, the kind of people that we associate with, and what sort of things they do, how they eat, where you eat if you go out. All of these things create either the peace, the harmony, the joy, or they create chaos, frustration, upset, anxiety. All right, there you go. So Laura's got lots of drama around your work. It might be time in the new year, Laura, to be looking at something new for you by way of work. And my dear Michelle, more love in my life and less of a need to control. Oh, we're still working on that one. That's a favourite one, Michelle. A need to control. So what is it that we're fearful of? When we have this want to control, I've got to tell you, there's one thing about this life: you can't control anything except yourself. You can't control anyone, anything other than how you react and how you live in your life. So, that's the crux of this world. There's no control. But the more love Michelle, more love in your life. I'd like to have a chat with you about that. Can you remind me, Michelle, please? Tanya, more joy, laughter, and happy moments, living in the present moment, doing what I enjoy in the company of others who shares. I like that. More joy, laughter, and happy moments, and living in the present moment, doing what I enjoy in the company of others. We could really unpack that, Tanya. We'd unpack that quite a lot. And it is a beautiful, you've got a lovely list there. Living in the present moment is what brings you more joy, laughter, and happy moments. And this is for all of you. You, and you. It is the present moment we are in. You know, when I began tonight, I talked about how we write in a card, Merry Christmas, and I wish you a Happy New Year, when we haven't even got to the new year. We project into a time that is not even ours yet, which takes us immediately out of the present moment. And when you do things like that, you can't possibly see all the beauty that's around you. You can't see the flowers that are around you. Everything that has God's touch in it, beauty, magic, miracles are around you in every moment. But when we aren't in that present moment, we miss all of it. So what are we doing in those moments? Projecting forward or slipping backwards. You know, we create our own slippery slope. We either go backwards or we zip forward. So being able to generate joy, love, laughter, and creating those moments means being present in the moment. In my spiritual school of Wesh recently, I asked my beautiful students, my glorious souls, what could you change in this moment? Because you can change anything in any given moment that will bring you exactly what it is that you want. When you want to have control, then you're going to miss those treasured moments. Now, I do have to say here that I have got a retreat coming up in Queensland, just outside of Brisbane, Sunshine Coast actually, in March of 2026. And it's the Sacred Healers Retreat. And that is going to be an incredibly transcendental, experiential couple of days. So if really coming to know more of yourself and being able to live in a much deeper state of peace, harmony, love, abundance for 2026 and for the rest of your life, then I would say come along. In fact, I do believe that my beautiful Michelle and her daughter are coming. Oh, I'm very excited about that. I'm going to line through it. Yeah, I do. Sammy, yeah, I do. People driving on the roads. Move them out of the way. Kat, move them out of the way. Yeah, that's right, Tony. You sure do, because your words carry frequency, your actions carry frequency, and that is all out here, and it extends, it vibrates from within you. Sammy, you feel you're walking in angelic rim. Well, that's a lovely compliment. Thank you, Sammy, and I accept that most graciously. Back at you, Tanya Atkins. Excellent, Lisa. Excellent choice. I'm excited for next year. Yeah, let's finish this one first, shall we, Tanya? Finish this one first. Liz McDonald, thank you. Love back to you. It's so exciting. Michelle, I'm so excited. Can I see it? I don't know if you can or not. There it is. Dixie, good evening. So let's have a look. When we're looking at bridging you between heaven and earth, you'll be invited to stand in the meeting place between soul and human, spirit and matter. Wow. Between soul and human, spirit and matter. If any of you have looked at quantum physics, the quantum field, I myself like to go to quantum consciousness, which is far beyond either the quantum field or quantum physics. But when you start to look into that in the way that they're describing what matter is and how spirit works in matter, and then the soul and the human, it's really quite incredible. If you would like to go to quantum consciousness, then that will take you deciding to be very, very much in the moment and using prayer every day, using what some of you will call journaling, which doesn't work for everyone, but being able to do spiritual scribing or soul scribing, that is the way that you'll connect more, learning to be into your heart, not your head. And then you'll start to see this realm quite differently. If you would like to see behind the veil, meaning you would like to see through God's eyes, you can ask for that at any time. A word of warning when you do that: you need to make sure that you are well grounded, your energy is clean and it's clear, your mind is clear. Now, I will say here that also means you need to have a look at the kind of foods you're eating. I don't care what other spiritual people say about food and your eating, drinking habits don't affect your connection, because that is not correct. It very much affects your connection. So if you want to see through the eyes of God and see the world and see people through the eyes of God, then drinks that have a lot of caffeine in them, drinks that have spirits, for example, they're not called spirits for no reason. They open you to the wrong part of behind the veil. Too much sugar in your diet, too much processed food. To have that connection, that soul connection, your vessel, being your physical self, requires to be very clean and clear. So if you want to do that, you need to give yourself some days of cleansing out your physical self. We need also to release old identities that kept and keep your gifts hidden or fragmented. What does it mean that your gifts can be hidden? Well, you could be an incredible palm reader. You could be an amazing intuitive. But is it your calling to be a palm reader as service to others, or an intuitive as service to others? Or is it for your own benefit? And that's something really important to delve into. You could be an incredible intuitive, but it is for your benefit, for your life, meaning that you will live your life being guided by your intuition, not living your life being of service, being an intuitive for others. Big difference. And that's how your gifts can be hidden. How can they be fragmented? Will they be fragmented if you are caught in your mind, if you want to be able to hold on to the past and you live with a lot of fear, you live with a lot of regret or a lot of sorrow, and you switch backwards and forwards between being happy and miserable because you're hanging in the past. That creates your gifts to be fragmented. Your gifts can also be fragmented by whatever went on when your mother was carrying you and when you birthed into this world. So all of that can be changed. And when you become a bridge between heaven and earth, then your gifts are shown and they are no longer fragmented. And you release old identities, versions of you that no longer fit and are not going to help you get into your next years, might be the next chapter of your years. We might go over a little bit tonight because I'd like to have a look at some of you who are here and see what message for the new year comes through for you. And the other thing you'll be invited to do is to activate your capacity to receive and trust higher guidance, which goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about, clearly, cleanly, and with grounded confidence. This is the other thing about utilizing, aligning with your gifts, is knowing how to be grounded and confident, and in grounded confidence. You know, I went to do a house clearing for a lady one day. She'd had many people, apparently. She told me in this special bit when I was leaving, she'd had many people come to her house to clear because her daughter was having nightmares, her husband was seeing things, and he's not a believer, so it really spun him out. And I finished and I was walking back to my car. I'd opened the car door, put one foot inside, and she goes, "Hey, Gwenda," from the doorway. And I'm like, "Yeah, hey." And she said, "You know what? I've had lots of spiritual people here and they all talk the same and they all dress the same, and then there's you." And I laughed and said, "That's right. And then there's me. I don't fit into those boxes. I do my work." And she goes, "But you're just so grounded." And I said, "Yeah, because you have to be. Between heaven and earth, you need to be grounded. You need to be grounded to live your life in a soul-connected way. You need to be grounded to be able to connect with God. You need to be grounded to be able to align with the dreams of your soul." So as we are finishing this year and we're looking at you becoming bridged between heaven and earth, I'm asking you to release, like the snake, release your skin of this year. Let it all go. Give it up. Everything that you want less of, and embrace everything that you want more of for 2026, so that horse, you can confidently, groundedly ride it, and it's not going to run away with you or buck you off. And then anchor divine insight into real world choices, whether that be leadership, healing, or being of service. Now, being of service, you can simply be of service to your own soul. You don't have to be of service to other people, but remembering that everything that you be, everything that you do has a ripple effect. So when you are in your higher capacity and you are living as that bridge between heaven and earth, then you have a ripple effect into the world. So if you're looking for more world peace, begin with yourself, ripple it out around you, and it will flow. No, we can't fix everything. What we believe is broken, but is it really? It's perception and perspective. This is a tricky place, this physical reality. But hey, there's a lot of fun here, a lot of fun to be had. And as we're looking at bridging heaven and earth, it's not about becoming more spiritual. I mean, that word has been done to death. And I might have to eat that phrase when I announce what my new chapter is for you in 2026, which I'm super excited about. What it means is becoming more embodied, more present, more grounded, more aligned. So when you're looking at the things that you would like more of in your life, then I suggest that you look for the ways where you can become more present, where you can embody more of the higher consciousness, where you can embody deeper compassion, deeper alignment with your dreams, with your heart. And What are real world choices? Well, they're not the airy fairy things that you just know are never going to happen. You know, when we make these grand announcements or we make these determinations, they're most often on things we know we either are not able to because we don't have the capacity to meet them, or we're simply not going to do it. So if you feel yourself standing at the edge between what was and what is calling you forward, then these are all the things that are calling you to take place and to look at now. Step through, become the bridge. Let heaven move through your feet, your hands, your eyes, your voice. Let heaven express itself through you. Would you like to sing? Would you like to do pottery, sculpting, art? I don't know. Would you like to add more trees? Would you like to look after birds? What is something that you would truly like to do and have always wanted to? That is how you will express heaven through you. And you can make that choice and you can do it anytime. Anytime. So let me have a look at, you've got some here. Well spotted, Sammy. Well spotted. A lot of people won't understand how I see things, but I am the messenger between heaven and earth. So I always believe that it will resonate with those that are ready and resonate with the way that they want to receive things. But thank you for that insight. Hi, Katie Ann. That's me, Dory says. Family clearing done, something different's really interesting. Yeah, is that like an ancestral clearing, Lisa? I do those. They're really cool. Deliverance, yes, Sammy. And cover all bases, my love. Tina Regan, hello. Nice to see you on here. Lisa Murray, hey. I did wonder where you were at. Michelle's here, Lisa, too. Praying deliverance. Thank you, beautiful soul. Sure, Sammy, we can do that in a reading. You can, you are more than welcome to book readings with me on healwithgwenda.com /services, because at the moment, let me put this here for you. At the moment, what you will see on the main page, on this one, is all of the fabulous information about the upcoming retreat, the Sacred Healers Retreat. And then this one here, this link here, will take you to being able to book a healing. Oh, what happened there? A healing, a reading, ancestral clearing, all sorts of things. So the Sacred Healers Retreat in March, I will also be at the Conscious Life Festival on the 14th and 15th of March and speaking there and holding a special ceremony there. So there's the two different, okay, so it's tripled it up for you. Nothing like having an overload. Now, what I'm going to do now is ask to have a look. Oops, what's happened here? Okay, right. Now I'm going to ask to have a look at some of you about what is there for you, as in, are you midway through and I'm just connecting with each one of you at the moment. So are you midway through a chapter of your life, or is 2026 the end of a chapter, the start of a new chapter, and what's going on? So what I'm going to ask for you is where each of you are at in relation to chapter of your life, because when you are beginning a new chapter, it's an opportunity for you to be a new version of yourself. When you are finishing a chapter, it's an opportunity for you to wind down and learn the wisdom from that version that you've been for however it is long. So however long you've been in that chapter. I'm sorry, my mouse is just playing up a little bit. Laura, are you still here? And Kat Gray, are you still here, please? If you could let me know, that would be great. Liz McDonald, are you still here? Oh, thanks, Laura. So Dory's got a really interesting comment here that she says she was promised a new chapter, but it's been delayed. She got sabotaged. She guesses she's still learning. A new chapter never gets sabotaged, as in it never unfolds or it never blooms. What happens is we take the rubbish from the current chapter, we drag that in, and it railroads what was meant to come about. So whenever things don't quite work out, or a chapter is not blooming the way it was going to be, it's because of some choices that we have made. It's because of some detours that we have taken ourselves. And thank you, Liz. Thanks very much. And Kat, thank you. And Laura. It's never because of any interference from guides, angels, and definitely not from God. So anytime we have some kind of railroading going on or something happening, it's because of what we have done. It's because of choices that we've made. I see that this connection is jumping around now, which is really interesting. Michelle, you have got another 6 months of the current chapter that you're in, and it's been a long chapter, Michelle. It's been 7 years. This next chapter for you will be a 3-year chapter. So you have 6 months left to finish the current one, which was 7 years, and then you'll start a new one, which is a 3-year chapter. Lisa Murray, you are right in the middle of this current chapter. And interestingly enough, for you, this is a 5-year chapter. So you've actually still got 2.5 years to go of this current chapter for you. And I'm going to say to you that you have the chance to really, really shift the version of yourself, because there is a lot of dredge that's been going on that doesn't actually belong. So this goes hand in hand with what the other lady was saying. There's a lot of stuff that you have caused yourself to be in a vortex, like a whirlpool, and stuck in it. So Lisa Murray, you are currently in the middle of a 5-year chapter. Sammy, Oh, wow, you're very interesting. You like to cross over all sorts of roads, you like to cross over your chapters, and you like to rewrite. And I'm not a fan of using words with prefixes, but it's something that you understand. You will begin a chapter and then you decide, that's not what I really want, I'm going to change things. So you quite often shift. Trains used to have a switch that could be used and it would alter the tracks. That's what you do, Sammy. So there is no guarantees with your chapters because you will write them as you see fit and really shift things around for yourself. By the way, you've done well with shifting a fair bit of chaos. Tanya, for you, darling, you are coming to the end this March. So March of 2026 is actually the end of quite an emotional chapter that you've had, and it's been 4 years, but I'm going to say to you, it was 3 years in the making. So really it's been a 7-year chapter, 3 years in the making, 4-year chapter. Wow. So you spent a lot of time pre-making this last 4 years, and it's been a very emotional chapter for you, but you are coming to the end of it in March of 2026. Would love to see you at the retreat, Tanya. It would be perfect timing for you to be having this close of your chapters to then have this retreat clear out everything. Beautiful Cat Gray, my goodness me. You are bridging nicely. You had a pause in your chapter. You kind of held everything back. You held up. So you should have finished. Last year was to have been the end of a 6-year chapter for you, Cat Gray, but you did what I mentioned before, and you kind of took things into this year, but not in its entirety. It's because you shut down things for a while. So when they opened up, they had to catch up and catch you up into the period of time that you were meant to be in. So you are also coming to the end of this time frame for yourself and about to start a new one. And for you, you can get underway in January with a new chapter for you, but it is a short and sweet chapter that you're entering. So it's a 3-year chapter you're coming up for. And then Lisa Tia, you are almost, you have got another 8 months left. It's interesting to talk in time, linear time, isn't it? You've got 8 months left of this chapter that you're in, and then you are going to be starting a whole new 7-year chapter. Don't get the 7-year itch, okay? So you're going to be entering a 7-year chapter in 8 months' time. That's Lisa Tia. So that's where you're at present. So you could look at this 8 months as an opportunity of winding things down, of really looking at how you have been over the last period of years, the last 3 years, and see what you'd like to leave behind. So you will be entering a new chapter of 7 years. And then Liz McDonald, sweet Liz McDonald, you are closing a 3-year chapter. This has been an interesting 3 years for you, Liz. Health is going to be your most dominant focus in the new year, in 2026. You are finishing this now, so your 3-year chapter is almost done. Second week of January is where you will close it down and decide to embark on a new chapter. Now, Liz, the interesting thing here is that you have an option. You have an option of embracing an 18-month. Now, this is a really short chapter. You have the option of an 18-month chapter or launching yourself straight into a 5-year chapter. The 18 months would be a good choice, a good choice. So there you have it, everyone. There's your the retreat, Tony. All of the information can be found. I'll put it here again. The retreat is in the sunshine. No, it's not at all. There. You can find out everything about the retreat at that that website page. And it is an hour and a half outside of Brisbane, kind of southwest of Brisbane, near Ipswich, I think is where it is. Let me have a look for you. So I have to go from connection mode to ordinary human mode, and it's quite different. The energy is very different. Sacred Healers in Brookwater. Oh, see, you should have trusted myself. So it's in Brookwater, in Queensland. Not far from you, Tina. Well, then let's see you there, darling. Love to see you there. Oh, you're in the USA, Tony. Oh, come on over. Come on down to Down Under. A change, new beginning. Yes, Michelle, a new chapter is exactly that, a new chapter. So change, things finish, there's a new version of you, there's new beginnings, and it's all about new, right? So when you're ending a chapter, that is finishing what's been and done. Yeah, you could be right there, Liz. Hi, Linda Gold. Family, very true here. I think new season. Very good, everyone. Very good. Oh, no, I haven't tapped into that, Tina. Oh, sorry, Dory. I was really looking at those that have been with us for the whole show. Let me just ask if I can go back into that space again. You're midway, Dory, you're midway in a 3-year chapter. So you're halfway through. You've got another year and a half to go before you start a new chapter, and it will be 5 years in length. What I'd like to do now, everyone, is thank you and you and you and every one of you who have been with me every week, that we've been here for Soul and Beyond, and for my beautiful, glorious souls that have come along, the glorious souls that are with me in the Spiritual School of H.E.A.L. That's something that Tina and Tony would also enjoy. The Spiritual School of H.E.A.L is online, so it is a community that you can embrace, that you can become part of, so that you can really embrace your gifts, that you can embrace learning more about you and being embodied in this world on a higher frequency, a higher level. Thank you, Karen. Lovely to see you pop in. Thank you very much. It's great, Tony. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa T. It's a pleasure to have had you here, and thank you, Sammy. Prayers back. And what I'd like to close with, I'd like to invite you all to really ground your feet and come on in with me for a beautiful closing prayer. So I'd like you to get yourself comfortable, make sure your spine is up long and tall, Your head is in a neutral position. Your heart is softened, so let your shoulders soften down and have your feet firmly on the ground. Your hips are square. And just take in some lovely, gentle breaths. Let the abdomen rise and fall softly. Let yourself be present in this moment. Let yourself feel your abdomen rise gently and release gently as you take the breath in. And we pause together now. Feel your breath move gently through your body. Feel the weight of your feet upon the earth, the steadiness, the support, and the ancient remembering beneath you. Now bring your awareness upward to the space of your heart and beyond, into the quiet, luminous field of the divine. There is no distance between these two places. They are already joined through you. Take a moment to acknowledge this year and all that it has been. Its ups, its downs, its sideways, its sads, its happies. All that has softened, all that has strengthened, all that has revealed itself. Nothing was wasted and nothing was random. You sit here now, not by accident, but by alignment. You were called here today. So in this moment, we invoke clarity without force, guidance without fear, and love without condition. May what is no longer truly true gently release. May what is ready to be embodied gently arrive. We ask that the wisdom you have touched this year does not remain as insight alone, but that it takes form in your steps, your words, your choices, your courage. May heaven no longer feel distant or separate. May earth no longer feel heavy or alone. May you walk forward as a living bridge, present, grounded, receptive, and awake. And as this year completes, may you carry forward not the need to strive, but the knowing that guidance moves with you because it moves through you. Take one final breath here. Let it seal what has been activated and let it bless what is yet to bloom. And so it is. Amen. God bless you. And may your hearts be filled with joy. May you be touched by the grace of God as you go into the rest of the day, the evening, and the days to follow. May you find yourself in every moment. Softly and gently, let yourself come back into this space and let your eyes open gently. And we will say good night. You're so very welcome, Tony Taylor. I'll hope to see you again. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Kerry. Same to you. Thank you, Katie Ann. It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Liz McDonald, thank you. Thank you, Dory. Back to you. Beautiful love hearts. And to each of you, much love. Pleasure, Lisa. Thank you very much, Michelle. Absolutely beautiful, and a beautiful energy you have brought forward during Soul and Beyond tonight. Thank you so much. Good night.